Okay. What is up, y'all? We are big chilling. I just felt like streaming, you know. I've generally recently enjoyed streaming more than I have enjoyed, I guess, just making videos. What up, Acid Fox? How you be? I'm just looking at something on my phone really quick and I'm gonna get started. But yeah, you know, I've just enjoyed live streaming a little bit more than I've enjoyed just posting videos recently, so I figured, you know, we could just do a little casual booling and, you know, go from there, right? So, mainly one of the things that I want to do today is we're going to play some matches at some point, right? But, I also want to... In-game music is loud. Okay. Let me just adjust it. Let me know how that is. It's probably mostly that I'm talking a bit quiet, but that should be a little bit better. Yeah, so I turned it down like 5 decibels, I think, so it should sound better. But yeah, how you been? How you been, Acid Fox? Like I was saying, our main goal for today is we're really just doing some team building, and then after that, good to know. That actually kind of makes sense. You know, like, this Slowbro actually doesn't hit as hard as it could. That's good information. Ooh, wait, and it's not even fully trained. Interesting. About to train some mons. That's what's up, my guy. $34? What, you got a little 34, my guy? You got a little freaking 34, my guy? Why does it have that? Why have I been... what? I don't remember doing that. Alright, well, we're back. We got 159 now. And so, yeah, I do just mainly want to make teams today. And we will get around to streaming at some point. So, I made 1 or 2 more adjustments to this team, which I will be releasing. I actually decided that this Thundurus should have Leer. So we have Leer Thundurus now. I think the Mental Herb is kind of worth keeping, if we're being honest. Like, it's really not perfect, but it's pretty nice. Kingambit, I don't know. I mean, I really have not been using Kingambit, but I'm gonna have to, like... I'm gonna have to test the team more in order to know what to put in the Kingambit slot, right? So, like, I'm not just gonna take Kingambit off, but I do recognize that it hasn't been doing a lot. And yeah, like, we might just replace that slot with something different. I like this team. This was another team that me and my fellow channel member built together. This was the Basculegion Champao team that he wanted to do. And I don't quite remember what we were thinking for the Goldango. I'm gonna have to look back at it. Look back at it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make that joke whenever you can, you know what I'm saying? But it was actually just a leftovers with a lot of bulk. So I do need to make a bulky Goldango if I do not already have one. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, this should be my fast one. Yeah, this is a fast Goldango. There's another Goldango here. There's another Goldango here. Interesting. But this one is min speed. So this is actually my Trick Room Goldango. And we will not be using this one. So that means I do need to go get a new Goldango. That's fine. Well, is it fine? Is it fine? Sorry, I have the hiccups. I feel like getting a new Goldango is going to be a lot of work. That being said, how many Gabagool coins do I have? Gabagool. How many Gabagool coins? $58, my guy. What you freaking 58er over here? Can't do nothing with no 58 Gabagoo coins. So, that's fine. We'll just use this one, and we'll act like it's not min speed, which it is. No, we probably should just use we should probably use this one, which is, I mean, it's fast. It's not as bulky, but in this case, it's probably going to be our best bet, especially considering that we have a fast team as well. So that should be good in this case. So we're good with that. We have the Swift Swim Life Orb. This is going to be a Water Ogre Pond. This is going to be Choice Band, if I'm correct. So we can do that. Alright, so I do want to actually start making some of these teams. So we have Dragonite, Goldango, this. Let's get I'm gonna say we might actually want this one, but it's hard to tell. So, I mean, because we have a rain team, we can generally get away with a Steel Terror Goldango, and it's kind of going to be nice to have, but it can also disbenefit us in certain instances. I think what I want to do is we'll just start with this. The thing that I think is funny is that it also gets Sucker Punch. So, like, you know, if you just want to run Sucker Punch, you can do that. Or, I mean, did I say Sucker Punch? I meant Recover. It gets Recovered. So that if you don't want to get hit by Sucker Punch, you can just recover. Trubis, put on your mask. Okay, so that is a team, officially. We have Basculegion. We have Torn. We have Kroger Pond. We have this, and we have this. Now we just need to get the items that we need. So, I had convinced him to try Dragon Dance on this team. I don't quite know how good that's gonna be. I think it kind of requires a lot of setup. I think Extreme Speed, Outrage, Stomping Tantrum. I mean, yes, you can do Iron Head. I think Brick Break is technically, yes, also a good option. What do you guys think in the chat? Should Dragonite be banded? Or should Dragonite be a normal boy? Okay, we do have Stomping Tantrum, so we have E-Speed, Stomping Tantrum, Outrage, I actually do think Ice Spinner is quite a good last move. I know me and him were talking about Brick Break. I think Ice Spinner, well, we already have Ice Spinner on Chien-Pao, so we technically don't need it. We can run Dragon Tail if we want to piss things off. Dragon Tail is inaccurate. It is unfortunate, but it is the truth. We're gonna run this. We're gonna run Spiky Shield. Okay, so that should be good. If I need to, I can make some little adjustments later. But we're gonna just kind of start working on getting you guys next month's teams right now. So that's my main plan, is to just start getting next month's teams ready, and if we need to, or if we want to, I guess you might say, we can also play some matches. So we got this team, this team, this team, and this team. What that tells me is that we're gonna have to go over to the other game potentially in order to release this team, because we're actually going to be keeping this team and fixing it. We just made this team. We're going to be fixing this team. We just made this team, and we're going to be fixing this team. So we're actually keeping a couple teams from last month, and we're releasing like 6 or 7 new teams, I think. What up, Doga? Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat for a sec. Yeah, let me know. Tell me about your team, my guy. Feel free to send it to me. Feel free to send it to me on Twitter, or on Discord, or just you can type it in the chat too. Like, it'll give me something to talk about. So you can do that. But yeah, and it's good to have the chat be interactive too. We want people to feel welcome in the stream and to feel like they can talk about things. I always, whenever I go on other people's YouTube lives, I feel like I'm always very talkative, because like I know that it takes people talking in a YouTube live in order to make people want to talk. You know what I mean? So yeah, say whatever you guys want to say. Like, we're all just booling here. And yeah, so I am gonna start working on fixing these other teams before we get around to that other one. So for the Ursal Luna Scizor team, we had Farigiraf, aka Jarigiraf, in this spot. So we had Jarigiraf, Gentle Giant, sent paste in Discord. Okay. But I don't really feel like we were getting like the most value out of Ursal Luna. I would actually have to kind of rewatch. I would have to rewatch the stream or the videos in order to really see what Pokemon we weren't getting good use out of. And the biggest problem was actually that we had a fast Ursal Luna originally, right? So I was like setting Trick Room, and then my Ursal Luna was not good. So I think that's the one thing, right? Is like, we more so need to like just rework this team than we need to do like a complete overhaul. Let me look at your team though. So you have Frost Moth, Alolan Ninetail Boy, Really Boom Boom, Landorus, Choice Bandorus, and Champalbus. Oh yeah, Aerial Ace, that's the other one. I mean, it generally looks like a good team, you know. I feel like, I mean, you just kind of have to know how to use Ninetales and Frostmoth, right? What's it called? Yeah, you just need to know how to use Frostmoth and Ninetales, I guess, because like the Rillaboom, Landorus, Champal, Dragonite core can do things, and it's a really strong core inherently. Ninetales and Frostmoth seem a little bit out of place because you have 4 fire weaknesses, and having 4 fire weaknesses is like a little bit rough. But well, you have 4 fire weaknesses, 2 ice weaknesses, 3 rock weaknesses, 4 rock weaknesses. So you have some overlapping weaknesses that you do need to like keep in mind. And so I can imagine the team playing well if you like have a really good game plan like in mind. But I also feel like, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to see what Frostmoth can do in order to feel like it actually will function well. Like, I know you can set up a Roarveil with Ninetales, and then you can click Quiver Dance, and like Frostmoth will technically be really bulky. At least that's the hope, right? But yeah, I don't know. It's I guess it's hard to say because I've never seen the team in action, right? If you make a rental code, or I guess technically I could just try the team sometime now that I have the team. So yeah, I'll think about that. You said a 0 speed Luna, Ursal Luna. I think this one is just decent speed, but yeah. Yeah, feel free to send me one sometime if you want. Yeah, for sure. Feel free to send a rental too. I'll think about trying the rental if I decide that I like the team. So the main thing that I'm thinking about for my team that I have here is that I don't think Ninetales is that good. So I actually want to take Ninetales off the team for Grimmsnarl, kind of. And so I'm thinking the final version of this team will be Jirigaraf, the Ursal Luna, the Grimm, the Roaring Moon, Scizor, and Okie Dokie. Right on. Okay, so it's level 71. This thing is actually pretty slow, right? So we'll keep it with the lowered speed. Down to trade, right on. I'm gonna say I'm not that worried about it for this Ursal Luna right now, because if I know that I'm faster than Min's speed, Ursal Luna's of other variety, that kind of gives me a leg up in the way that I play. So I might hold off on it for this team for now. but I'm thinking, what could I do? Like, technically, if I took off Ursal Luna for something with like Intimidate, that could be good. I don't really want to do that though. Like, I like the way the team looked. And I don't think that overhauling it is exactly what I want to do. So let's get the flame orb. Let me look back at what the team paste was. So you had the Tailwind, Knockoff, Acrobatics, Protect. We had Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, and Protect. I felt like while U-Turn was nice, it wasn't always nice, so it's kind of hard to say, right? It's interesting the way that some moves don't get saved. Some moves do, some moves don't. Okay, so Bullet Punch, U-Turn. If we do want to think about another move, we can think about Pounce, Lunge, something like that. I do think that in general, Lunge can be better than U-Turn, simply for the fact that not only does it hit just an itty bit harder. Ooh, we could also run Fury Cutter. What if we ran Fury Cutter, my guy? Let's do it because it's going to be fun to try. Let's run Fury Cutter. Actually, I feel like Fury Cutter is kind of bad because you like have to lock into it, right? So when you lock into Fury Cutter, you can't click Bullet Punch again. So yeah, actually Fury Cutter's kind of bad. But that being said, it is 60 base power because of Technician right off the bat. So if it gets a Technician boost every single time, like technically Fury Cutter is a little bit busted, but I think the execution of Fury Cutter is what's hard, right? And that's why running Lunge is almost just better. That being said, you know, maybe we can do it. I don't know. I'm not here to force air. So, yeah, let's just leftovers, life orb, booster energy. Yeah, we have everything right. We do want this. You're good. You're good. We appreciate you. So, yeah. I mean, maybe we do, yeah. Facade, Earthquake, Headlong Rush. Obviously, we could do Drain Punch, but I don't really think that that's what I want to do. We do want the Rocky Helmet, Trick Rune, Dazzling Gleam, Imprison, Psychic. What's going on, everyone? How you doing? And so I think, yeah, we should just be able to rock with that. I am gonna PP train this really quick. Okay, it looks like I will need to sell a few things. And yeah, I mean, more than likely, I think Fury Cutter is going to be a bad move. But that being said, you never know. You never know. It's going to be fun. Ultimately, though, I do think that adding Grimmsnarl to the team should be what the team needs, though. Like, I just didn't feel like... Ninetales was really doing enough, if that makes sense. Like, it's just really hard to, I think, get Ninetales to, like, efficiently do a lot in the current meta. Like, yes, it has quote-unquote good damage into Tornadus. Yes, it has quote-unquote good damage into Landorus, especially, right? Like, Landorus is the big one. But it just dies, you know? Like, Ninetales just dies. That's its problem. So, you use Grimmsnarl. It doesn't die that quickly. It gets to be annoying. And then, you know, you try to profit. Where's all my coins? I've got none, Octavio. My coin supply is massively depleted. You know, the people, they think the coins just grow on trees. And what they don't know is they kind of do grow on trees. But also, you know, it takes time. Time that I don't have. Because I get bored of farming money and resources. Even though I also don't gen, so, like, you know, I actually take time to build all my teams. So I hope people do appreciate that, like, one of the reasons why it takes me so long to get you guys teams is that I actually build my teams, like, but I'm also kind of lazy sometimes, and I don't feel like building my teams. So, you know, I'm willing to recognize that some of my teams in the past few months could have been worked a little bit more deeply and efficiently, but I also think that a lot of our teams have been very deadly and unique compared to some other teams. And so it's been a cool, you know, mixture that we've had. Even though, you know, sometimes I could have maybe been putting a little bit more work into teams at times. So, yeah. This is in general what I think the team should look like. we're gonna have to see if certain things are just not doing anything. And then if we want to use Fury Cutter or not, like, yeah, you know, like, Fury Cutter is really not that good of a move. Thunder Pals, what up, my guys? How do you be? We got Iceberg Mike and Spinza here as well. We are trying some cheese, you might say. Ooh. This looks like a slightly better version of the team that I was just using. So we're really gonna have to kind of think here about what we want to do. Yeah, thank you guys. I don't really think we have a clear out on this one. We know that the team they're using is one of the best teams in the current format. And yeah, the Scizor, it's a cheese spread, if we're being honest. Like, the Scizor with Fury Cutter is definitely not guaranteed to be good, but it'll be fun. Let's start Grimmsnarl. Let's start... We do have Imprisoned Jirigaraf, but I don't think it's going to be that good. I actually think that just starting, like, this will probably be better. I think we definitely want Bulk Up Okidogi. And I'll go for Scizor. Why not? But yeah, Fury Cutter, for those who don't know, is you have to, like, it's basically Ice Ball, right? And it's like a Gen 3 and below move where when you lock into it, it does X amount of damage. Or I mean, it attacks for 5 possible turns. And on the 5th turn, it does, like, Guillotine or Fissure or something like that. And so it's, like, a really interesting move. Yeah. And exactly, yeah, it gets the Technician boost, yep. But I think we're probably going to end up dropping Fury Cutter. I don't really think Fury Cutter is that good. Alright, we have a lot riding on this turn. We have a lot riding on this turn. Yes. And yeah, so it kind of like I was explaining when I was building the team, like, I do think it can be extremely deadly, but it needs to, like, you really need to work it, if that makes sense. And so, like, in general, a move like Lunge or X Scizor is going to be more consistent because you don't have to lock into it. But yeah, I do think it can be deadly. Okay, so we're doing pretty good here. Heat Train. So this will be a little bit scary. I think we have the tech to get out of it, though. So... What up, Evan? We are big chilling here. Iron Corn. Iron Corn is the boy. But yes, it is definitely not the best. He's a corn. Okay, so they do have Grass Terror. Oh, so Scara, you might say. Alright. Alright. So we will go for our Grass Terra. Yeah, so because they have Reflect up, they're definitely like not in a Yoink. Okay, so that didn't really do that much. That wasn't enough. I need to think. It does look like Fury Cutter fodder, but the juice is not as always easy as the squeeze, as they say. It's not... Yeah, I think I said some... I said words. You know? Those were words. Okay. We can't. We can't right now. I want to. If I live this Shadow Ball, we win. Okay, so we're gonna need to keep fighting. Well, the problem is that Scizor is slower than Heatran, so I can't click. I can't click. Fury Cutter in that case. And I actually think they can still win this pretty comfortably. I lose. Yeah. Nah, I lose. So, no matter what, I wasn't gonna get out of that. I'm trying to think. Like, first off, we know we're facing one of the best teams in the game right now, so, like, we can't complain. But yeah, that is rough. So GG's. I'm trying to think, like, a lot of it for me was waiting out their reflect, and then even after we waited out their reflect, it was, we technically might have needed to double Sinistra, but If Sinistcha just clicks Matcha Gotcha, what did they click? They clicked Shadow Ball, right? No, I forget what they clicked. Yeah, it was really close. It was really close. But yeah, I mean, ultimately Sinistcha ended up being the bigger problem in some way. And so we did need to target Sinistcha. We're facing the same team right now, just with 2 different Pokemon. So this team has Monkey, Dory, and Melodic instead of Heatran and Iron Hands, right? So we can lead Grim again. We can technically lead like Scizor or something. Actually, kind of like Roaring Moon here. Yeah, Ursal Luna is probably going to be one of my better options here. The reason why Okidogi is a little bit rough to commit to is because, well, we could commit to Okidogi. It just has to Terra, like, right away, right? And I think that's kind of the rough thing about it. Like, we almost can't bring it unless it Terras. But I don't think it's bad, and I don't really think our other options are getting us that far. So we shall see. Thank you to the new subs, by the way. If that is some of you fellas from the Thunder Pal squad, you know, big shouts to you for sure. I appreciate y'all. So we do see them starting the Monk, which has Frisk, which is a little annoying. We do have to click Light Screen and Swords Dance. What? Man, that's trash. Bro, you can't do that. My guy. Yeah, that one's just GG's. we can't do anything about this. So that is just GG's. Nah, it's I mean, they got a crit. They got a crit, so there's that. But the Monkey Dory, I actually think the Monkey Dory has Focus Sash. So that was just a hard hit, man. I don't know what to say about it. Because they clicked Fake Out, right? They clicked Fake Out and then they clicked Sludge Bomb. The one thing I will say is we haven't been using Farigiraf. at all. So Farigiraf might have to go for something a little better. This looks like a pretty scary team. I actually like Okie Dokie here quite a lot. Part of the problem is, what does Okie Dokie really do unless I lead Farigiraf, right? So I kind of have to lead Farig, bring Gentle Giant, and then Scizor's pretty good against a lot of their teams. I don't know. I really liked the idea of this team originally, but I don't feel like I've already, and this happens a lot too, like I see people take team ideas that I make and then adapt them into like either their own team or slightly better teams, right? And a lot of that has to do with me just like kind of coming up with good archetypes but not always fleshing them out fully. And so I have seen people starting to use Scizor more, and particularly sometimes using I guess I have seen Scizor Roaring Moon a few times, but yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say. Excuse me, that's what I wanted to say. Grr. He looks so stupid. He looks so stupid. Alright, who you hitting? Alright, don't kill me, don't kill me. Dang it. Why would you do that, my guy? Incredibly rude. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think this team is necessarily it. Like, I know that there was ways I could have played that better by starting, man, and they called that turn correctly. We're probably gonna lose. We're about to disrespect this Sklounce here. Step 2. Disrespect the Sklounce. Let's Alright, so luckily Okie Dokie is kind of carrying us right now. Because Okie Dokie is a good Pokemon. We'll bring out Kroger. Okay, so we should win. We should win. Yeah, they can't come back from that. So it's really hard to gauge the information that we got from this. I didn't feel like we were getting the most use out of Arcanine, out of GG's. I didn't think we were getting the most use out of Ursal Luna, which I said originally. I honestly think that switching to Arcanine might be the play. Either that or like Landorus. We didn't use our Roaring Moon once. However, in previous videos with the team, our Roaring Moon has done quite a lot, so it's kind of hard to say. Okie dokie was good. We definitely don't want Fury Cutter. It's just not good. Sorry, Fury Cutter. Use Lunge. So yeah, Bullet Punch, Lunge, Sword Stance, Protect. We have that, we have this, we have... We have these three. I do think Ursal Luna can do things in the right situation. I feel like we could consider maybe taking Roaring Moon off for... My controller doesn't actually have low battery, by the way. I'm just going to point that out. It's like, it just says that forever and ever. I actually do think Roaring Moon's good, so it's pretty hard to justify, like, taking it off the team. But I'm just trying to think, like, how could I adjust this to feel better, right? I like Roaring Moon. And then I would feel more comfortable with a fast mode on the team, kind of. So, like, yes, Arcanine, kind of, would be nice. Like, Arcanine and Urshifu or something. You know, like, something weird. Something weird and effective. Where is my Arcanine? I just didn't see it. There it is. So we have Arcanine, and then I like Urshifu. It's just that my only Water Terra Urshifu is really slow, so I need to make... What up, my guy? Thank you for acknowledging the big jeweler boy. We had a great time this weekend, you know, it was really fun. I am gonna need to make one of these Urshifu's Water Terra, though, in order to make this technically the best team that it can be. And we do not have that right now. Alright, let's see how this feels. I also think the team could probably use Fake Out, right? Like, that's also one of the things that a good team has is Fake Out. So maybe that's the thing that I'm feeling like we're missing, because if I have Fake Out, I can click Fake Out Tailwind pretty safely. Yeah, Grim does get Fake Out, but I feel like Parting Shot's a little more important, honestly. So we could have Fake Out Grim. We could also just replace Grim entirely with something else, but then we don't... Yeah, so I mean, we either just take Parting Shot off for Fake Out, like you said, or we could actually just think about replacing it with something that is both offensive and has Fake Out. I mean, yes, there's Iron Hands. I think while you can slap Iron Hands on pretty much every team, it's not always like just go right to Iron Hands. So let's see. What else gets Fake Out? There's the Tinkaton of Bonks. There is Meowsker Sorry. There's a lot of things that get Fake Out. I'm just gonna try this. I'm gonna try this for another one. So we're gonna try this. See how it feels. And we'll adjust accordingly. I think this should be a little bit better than what we were just doing. Not quite into this team. I also think if we switch our old Ursal Luna to a Blood Moon Ursal Luna, it might be better. So we might just make it a Blood Moon and then keep Frigraph, so like that's something we can try. But yeah, Frigraph would actually be pretty good here. I'm gonna start Urshifu. Urshifu Roaring Moon. Scizor. Roaring Moon. Urshifu. Grim. It feels like we need screens really bad. Right. I mean, in that case, you just have to take off... You basically have to take off Spirit Break. And I have run teams like that before, but in general, it's kind of... it's definitely risky. So they're going to start Crest Hands. I think that's a perfectly smart start. Let's click Swords Dance. Let's click Knuckle. That's kind of scary. Let's click Bullet Punch. Actually, this would be a pretty good chance to lunge. But I think we have to just... yeah. So we will get rid of Crest for what it's worth. They go for Drain Punch on Scizor, which is a little bit bad for me. I think we should lose this, but I like the idea that I had going. Okay, so I might lose because I clicked Protect instead of Lunge. We're gonna bring out Grimmsnarl. They should bring out like Flutter or something. Ogerpon, okay. I know he thinks that's helping, but it's not. So that will keep us in the game. Absolutely. I'm going to Parting Shot. And Bullet Punch. I played that so foolishly. Like, I played that so foolishly, it's not even funny. Like, first off, I forgot that they have sturdy, right? Second off, I literally just gave them that KO instead of getting rid of the Ogerpon, making it a 1v1 versus Urshifu and Iron Hands. Like, just not well played at all. So, that's my fault. Very frustrating. Because, like, we could have won that. We absolutely could have won that. I'm assuming that Surging Strikes probably would have got the KO. This Amoonguss will also be really annoying. Fortunately, we quote-unquote have a Grass Terra, which is somehow good for us. So, we can do this. We can bring this in the back. And then I kind of think we also have to bring Grim again, which is unfortunate, but it is the way. I feel like we're really seeing how, like, I guess you could say not having our own fake out isn't useful or something, but like their fake out is just being very useful, right? Because they're really well positioned to stop me from getting, stopping their Trick Room, right? So I think this is a really hard call, but I think what I want to do here is go for Flare Blitz and Acrobatics. What I don't like about this play is that I feel in my heart that they're going to live this, and it's going to hurt my soul. So, what's actually the right play, you ask yourself? And the answer is I really just don't know. Like, I truly do not know what the right play is here. Yeah, they are gonna just oh my god. Such an idiot, dude. God damn it. That's so frustrating. Because I literally almost made the right play, right? Like, I literally almost made the play that just is like, you win. You know what I mean? Like, just, you win. And instead, I was like, should I? Like, I don't know. Is it gonna KO? Like, freaking dumb, dude. I don't know. Like, this is why Pokemon makes me tired sometimes, because it's like you try so hard, and then you just make one bad play and you just lose right away. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's so frustrating, because obviously, like, no matter what, that was a good play, right? No matter what, if I had just gone for acrobatics, I was making a good play. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, like it's not gonna KO because fucking goddamn, like Cresselia is the most bulky Pokemon in the game. Like, you literally don't KO it ever with anything you think is gonna KO it. Like, and I talk myself out of a good play basically. So it's like, this person clearly thinks they're a tryhard, as you can see. They're gonna have Aqua Jet plus Colossal. I really don't think their team is very well suited for dealing with Urshifu, if that's what their plan is. So yeah, let's just lead Grimmsnarl, Urshifu. Let's bring this in the back. And then I think Scizor can get the chip damage we need it to. Okay, so that one is gonna Aqua Jet. I don't know what to tell you, my guy, like I really don't. So I do think in general, like, we probably could have won all 3 of the matches that we played with this team right now. And the only reason we aren't winning is because we've made a few misplays, right? Like, but in general, this team does feel a lot better now. Okay. The bulk, my guy. The pure bulk. Of course they get a crit. But we get it over. Yeah. So not bad. Definitely not perfect. Yoink. Nice. Alright, well, we got one. I do kind of want to keep playing. I'm gonna run and get a soda really quick. And I want to keep testing this version of the team because I think it has potential. I think if anything, we might want to switch Grim off, like I was saying. So let's think about that. Okay. So they have gravity hypnosis, which sucks a little. I think we have to lead Roaring Moon and Urshifu, and then bring Scizor, Arcanine. So what I'm thinking is we click Surging Strikes, Tailwind, that sucks. Okay, because they put Urshifu to sleep, we can win. Okay. We click Surging Strikes. And we vigorously click Knock Off. They can't quash me. That's why they can't get out of this. There's no quashers in town. Okay. No freaking quashers, my guy. This should win us the game, especially if we wake up. Okay, cool. I'm gonna bring out that. We bring out this. Technically, it'd be kind of nice to just sack this. And so I'm gonna do this. Yeah, GG's. So we played that one well, right? Espathra is a pretty annoying Pokemon to face, if we're being honest. And so I do feel like there was quite a few instances where maybe just having Iron Hands or something would have been better than having Grimmsnarl. So I do think ultimately that's something we can think about. It increases our ground weaknesses, it increases our fairy weaknesses. Well, it doesn't increase our fairy weaknesses. It increases our psychic weaknesses. I'm just gonna try one more. Maybe we can get back to Master Ball. See how loud that was? Just a little opening of a soda. So loud. Okay. This is scary. So let's see. Would Grimmsnarl have been better here? Not like exactly, but a little bit. If that makes sense. Let's lead Scizor, Roaring Moon. I think. Technically, Okidogi could be pretty good. So we could lead. I actually think maybe we just put Frigoraph back in this slot. Like, Frigoraph feels pretty good. I don't like the options this gives me versus Landorus. Okay. It's so dumb. Like, do they actually need to get a crit there, or like, does the game just want me to lose? You know what I mean? Because that crit's so bad for me. It's just like ridiculously bad. If my Tailwind ran out and they moved before me, that's kind of bad. Okay, so here I'm going to Bullet Punch and Drain Punch the Weezing. You do land the Dory. It's pretty bad. But at this point, we're pretty freaking beefed up, my guy. Pretty freaking Kobe beef, my guy. Pretty freaking neutralizing goose, my guy. So love to see what happens. If I have Urshifu in the back, we should almost definitely win. But no guarantees. So we should see them try to KO Scizor here. So yeah, I guess they go for Rock Slide. Do a little bit with Drain Punch. And they actually Drain Punch me. Okay. That's a little unfortunate because I think they should adjust next turn. And if I had just gone for Bullet Punch last turn, it would have been better. I think because we would have lived this. But now we go for this, and I'm gonna go for this again, but we definitely don't live anymore. We get the Drain Punch off again. And then they go for Drain Punches. Okay. So we have our own hands, which is pretty nice. We can just like fake out them and just Drain Punch them or Poison Jab them. They'll do a little. This really does come down to what their last Pokemon is, honestly. But we're in a pretty good position here. If they have Fluttermane, that's pretty much the... I don't really remember what their team looks like, honestly, is the part of the problem. But, like... they have Ogerpon. Okay, I think there's ways we can get out of this. Ultimately, I kind of want to just avoid them for a little and just double up the Iron Hands. Okay, so they are gonna Terra. Makes this a little harder. We kind of need to go first. They go first. Okay, this could be bad. I know what we have to do. There's just no guarantees, right? So we have to Poison Jab. Okay, good play. That loses us the game. GG's. Oh man. We really made him work for it, didn't we? Man. So, it is extremely hard to say what the best last Pokemon on this team is, right? I think Iron Hands is really good. But Farigiraf... excuse me. Farigiraf definitely has its place, so... I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep Iron Hands. That does to get us back to Master Ball tier, which is nice. And let me get you guys that rental code. So, there you have it. Not bad. Not bad at all. I do think... I do think we could consider using Landorus instead of Arcanine. So maybe that's something I want to think about, is trying Landorus in the Arcanine slot and then just using like Mystic Water. But the Choice Scarf was kind of nice. There was times where it wasn't really like amazing, but it was kind of nice. So I do like the general like speed that this team now has, and you know, the bulk as well is pretty nice. So we will take it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. And yeah, you know, thank you to those of you who have subscribed or been supporting the channel recently. And yeah, I'll see if I need to update this team with Landorus, or if I feel like this is the best. But yeah, thank y'all, and have a